I do want to stick to police chiefs because you brought it up, and that was like the most surprising part of this book. So explain the employment contract of a police chief, and like why is it so different from any other officers? Right, you want to become a police chief because it's like the police chief is the highest rank you can go in police.
Right. Yeah. So you're the police chief of whether it's a small municipality, a borough, or a large township. You could have anywhere from 8 officers, and you, as the police chief, have to become one of the law enforcement officers. You go out on patrol, you ask, answer calls, etc. Right. Or if you got a bigger police department, you might have 80 or 90 police officers, and you're the police chief, and then there's assistant chiefs and captains, etc. But again, I write a chapter in my book, why you want to become a police chief, because if you can find a smaller police force, they're crying for well-trained police chiefs is what they're crying for. Now, most of the time that I've seen is that the police chiefs have a separate employment contract than the rank and file. So they can put things in their contract and, they have a 3-year or 4-year contract, whatever the case may be. I've seen municipalities where they've given a police chief 4-year contract, and just like professional sports, after 2 years, the township supervisors are like, hey, you're not working out for us, etc. They still got to pay the police chief for the following 2 years. So the police chiefs tend to be apart from the collective bargaining agreement that the rank and file has. And so many times they have things in their, collective or in their agreement that they don't have in a collective bargaining agreement. When we start talking about drops, I'll bring that up again, because that was one way drops ended up becoming very popular, is because they would put a drop in to get rid of the police chief. Well, then the rank and file, by law would end up getting it. So, police chiefs are a good gig if you can get it. I mean, one of the things I see happening over and over again is, there's a lot of training that goes into being a police chief, a lot of specialized training. And that's another reason why law enforcement is becoming more attractive, is because there's getting to be a lot more training than there ever was before. But what I see happening is a police chief will retire, and rather than sitting on the beach, a small municipality will call him up and saying, hey, can you please come and be our intern chief for 1, 2, 3 years? To help turn our department around and get it more professional, et cetera. That goes on all the time. And so there you are as a police chief. You've already got your pension, and now you're going to, be employed again for a couple of years. So if you can get it, police chief's a good gig.
Well, you touched upon it too, right? A lot of them are going to be retiring. So you get these new guys coming in, or girls coming in. They're going to be young. They might still be green. Especially with police officers in general, just dropping like flies, just quitting the force. They're gonna need training. And so who's better to train them than a former chief? They become a consultants, right? Yeah. So would they still get their retirement benefits, because were they technically not retired? Like how would?
No, they end up literally retiring and collecting their defined benefit pension, and then they turn around
like a consultant. Okay, so
and then they turn exactly. Yeah, then they turn around and get paid again. And many times I have numerous police chiefs, retired and active, as clients. And our biggest problem is how to shelter that money, from taxes is what it ends up becoming. So
that is a sweet gig. Yeah, no complaints there from being a police chief.